So this is the all-new Unicorn Deluxe Cabrera. Single axle, 1600 kilos MTPLM. Obviously it's the same Alitech body shell, Bailey you're famous for. New graphics wise, bronze I believe. They also have up here some 3D lettering. I don't know if you can see that. So all this is 3D, obviously new graphic scheme. All your services are on the offside, so you have electric, water, gas. Gas is fairly centrally mounted, which makes it a bit easier to set your nose weight, a little bit more stable towing, because obviously you've got 2 gas bottles in there. You've got your toilet this side, and the locker at the back through boot, so you can put stuff the full width of the caravan. Obviously you have that infinity window. So the Cabrera, I believe, is the best-selling model in the Unicorn range. So the layout is split into 3 distinct sections. So you have the lounge and the kitchen to the front, washroom to the middle, bedroom to the rear. So let's start here. Obviously traditional lounge, chest here. Now I believe they're not going to be 2 cupboards here, or 2 drawers I should say. There's going to be 1, so ignore one of those handles. And then we have the new worktop splashback finish. We have extended storage here if you're getting really ambitious with your cooking. Dual fuel hob under there, separate grill and oven. I mean, really deep storage space. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but lots of storage space here. Outer heating, as you probably expect on a Unicorn, and a funky new tap. So if you're doing your washing up, that may make things a little bit easier. I'm just wondering what it'd be like to retrofit one of those in my caravan. So I think it's quite a nice touch. Full length Thetford fridge freezer. Now I believe it's a 137 litre fridge, 15 litre freezer. So yeah, good size fridge. Centre washroom. Now I've always been a fan of this. We had a Phoenix 760 that had the lounge at the front, bunk beds at the back, centre washroom. Centre washroom worked really well because you have a shower one side. Now I think that may be moved there. This is a pre-production model, so there are a few changes. So that tray for your soap, shower gel, whatever, will probably be there. And I've always liked it where the wheel arch is combined with the shower. If you've got young kids, they can sit there, you can give them a shower, and you can do it from here. So that works really well if you have younger children. Now the door here also separates the front. So if you've got guests, you know, they're using that small singles, or maybe you've made that up to a double, because you've also got a solid sliding rear door here, theoretically you shouldn't disturb anyone at night, which should work really well. Skylight above. Now I don't know why all caravans don't have these. It's a hanging hook, very simple. So if you've come back from a walk, coats are wet, you just hang them on that, drain into the shower. Really simple, really effective. Washroom wise, obviously we have the outer heating radiator here, Belfast style sink, storage below, the all important loo. And I think on the old Cabrera you had 1 cupboard and then a window. So rather than that, you have full width cupboard, so you have all that storage and obviously a full width mirror. But light is provided by a really large Hecky above the loo. Now bedroom wise, this is probably the reason why people buy the Cabrera, is because you have a longitudinal fixed island bed. Day mode and night mode. It's in day mode at the moment, so it's pushed right back. Night mode, you just pull it out, so you have all that room. Obviously that bulge you can see in the mattress, that would then fold back, fill the gap, and you have a full-size bed. So you know, during the day, all you do, push it back. Simple as that. Lots of storage underneath. All you do is you lift the bed up and you can put the storage on there, all your chairs and whatnot. Shaped wardrobes here. I believe they're called shaped floating wardrobes. So you have one either side, more storage above, reading lights with USBs, and under here, storage for any of your nighttime essentials. But that's not it in the bathroom. We also have a TV point to the side, a vanity unit there, really large mirror for vanity unit. There is a plug behind that pot plant. And obviously, as you'd expect, TV point, plug, 12 volt TV point there. And if you don't want to watch telly, there's your bed. There's your 400 square Heki roof light, I guess. So you can watch the stars if you don't want to watch EastEnders. And we have a new dimmable light panel. So you can change the warmth of the lighting, you can dim it, and you can also do separate zones as well in the front. So that is all new for the Unicorn Deluxe. And that is the Unicorn Deluxe Cabrera. So this is the Unicorn Deluxe Cadiz, single axle, as you can see, 1600 kilos MTPLM. Now this is billed as one of the most versatile layouts. Thanks in part, it's got single bed, so it's either a couple's favourite. Let's close that and stand behind. So obviously couple's favourite, 2 single beds, and you obviously have the lounge at the front. But if you have 2 teenagers that travel with you, too big for bunk beds, don't want to share a double, they could sleep here. You can make that up to a double. Or say, for example, you're traveling with the grandkids, these could be used as smaller single beds. You still have the twin beds there. So from that respect, very versatile. Excuse the camera, it's being filmed at the moment, so I just thought I would sneak in while I got the chance. So here's the lounge. This is fitted with the optional Jasmine, which I believe has the Aqua Clean. There we go. So that means if you spill anything on there, you can just clean it up with water. Wireless charger on the front chest. We have a USB-C, you know, if you've got some newer Apple type products, for example, or a USB or wireless charger on the top. And then we have the kitchen to the middle. Extendable flap, the new base stone finish. Some really deep drawers, 2 deep drawers. That's also storage, but they hinge out. And we have a new wire rack here. I don't know, lots of spices in there, bottles of things, who knows, whatever you'd like to put there. Storage above. Under the camera we have a dual fuel hob, so you have a electric point here, 3 gas burners, and then we have a separate grill, separate oven. We also have a tall Thetford fridge. So this has 137 litre in the fridge compartment, and then 15 in the freezer compartment above. Now, as you come in through the door, we have the adjustable lighting. You can adjust the warmth, temperature, switch off zones, that sort of thing. TV point here, and a Sonos by the door. Obviously, it's portable. You can put that wherever you like. We've already covered the beds, so the beds are towards the rear. It might be worth noticing that each bed has a nice window, and there's also, is that a 400 square Heki above, and lots of storage here. There's more storage under the beds. Only one has an external locker. I think it's this side, but if you need to put anything here, you can still access it by lifting that bed up. USBs in the reading lights either side, so you don't have to fight over who gets which side for the USB. And you have a small shelf for either your phone, book, you know, or whatever. So end washroom. Separate shower, tray for your soap, toiletries, whatever. A new infill bit for the Phoenix Deluxe, for the Unicorn Deluxe. And then we have that Belfast style sink. Storage here, and also shelving here and in behind here. The mirror runs the full width from the wardrobe to the shower. And obviously there's storage in behind as well. There's a really large wardrobe. You can see here that is a cover for the flush tank for the loo. That is the outer expansion. But apart from that, you know, you've probably got, is that full length hanging? 3/4, I don't know, you tell me. And a shelf above, so you could put that, I don't know, towels, toiletries, dressing gown, whatever. Now, a criticism on some caravans, you never have enough hanging space in the toilet for towels, that sort of thing. So we have 2 hooks here, 2 on the door. I think I've spotted a third here, and 1 here for a hand towel. So a good range of places to hang stuff. So there we are. That is the twin bed Cadiz. So I'll just go from the front so you can get a good idea right from the back. There we go. So that's a full length view of the Unicorn Deluxe Cadiz. So this is the new Bailey Unicorn Deluxe Vigo. It's hooked up to my Vito at the moment. I'm just about to drop it back to the factory, but that gives you an idea of size. A single axle caravan, MTPLM of 1600 kilos. Now the main reason that the Vigo is so popular is because of that transverse island bed. Bear in mind, this is a 7'6" wide caravan. It's not an 8-footer. And you still have this room at the foot of the bed. Obviously, that is in day mode. So night mode, it simply pulls out this way. The back of the mattress folds down. And then you have a full-size bed. So continuing with the bedroom, shaped wardrobes. So, you know, you have plenty of hanging space in there. Either side, storage above. Lights with USBs and cupboards below. And you also have an end washroom that runs the full width of the caravan. So shower cubicle, hanging rail above if you have wet coats, and also you've got 4 points in here to hang stuff. Oh, and there's 2 here as well. So that is the end washroom. Obviously a double mirror, storage behind. Storage behind here, in here. Looks a bit like a window box, but will be handy for towels, loo rolls, that sort of thing. And at the foot of the bed, you have a TV point here, this side, with the sockets there, and a vanity unit here. Now, it's not just a mirror. There's a catch somewhere, there it is. So you have some more storage behind, storage below, and a 230-volt socket just there. So the kitchen is obviously the same as the rest of the Unicorn Deluxe range. Sink with an infill, dual fuel hob, grill, oven, deep drawers, more storage below, and you have that large Thetford fridge too. And that is the lounge. So this can either be used, I mean, I suppose, let's face it, this predominantly is a couple's van. It's very popular with couples. Obviously, you don't have to make up the bed, fixed bed, lounge to the front. But if you do have occasional guests, these could either be used as small singles for younger children, or this makes up into a double bed. So that is the Bailey Unicorn Deluxe Vigo. Right, so this is the Unicorn Deluxe Madrid. Very much under a bit of a time pressure now because it's being picked up in 5 minutes. So I've got to move this in here. So excuse the rush nature, but it's been collected and I think they're filming the outside of it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get to show you the Madrid. Right, so we have traditional lounge, really long traditional lounge, large side dinette, kitchen, and then what has to be one of the biggest end washrooms ever. So we'll start with the front lounge. I think I will try and put the measurements up on the screen. I think these are 6'2" long, so you can either use these as single beds. Obviously you would take the back cushions off to give you that additional width from the wall out, remove the end cushions, you've got single beds, or the slat there, that pulls out and you can make that up into what would be an enormous double bed. But the dinette here, this surprised me. It's really big. Normally you would see this size dinette in an 8 foot wide caravan. This is a 7'6". So you've got really quite wide corridor space, lots of room around the kitchen, and you've still got that additional width. So you haven't got a dinette that's cramped, so you can just get one person in there. So I'm quite impressed with that. And then obviously night mode, single bed here, and you can see the bunk frame here. So that will make bunk above, single bed there, single, or a double. Kitchen wise, same as the rest of the Unicorn Deluxe range, you know, with a white base stone. The only difference being you've got the TV point here that you could use for additional storage space if need be, if your telly's pushed back or if it's even wall mounted. Now I believe this is new for the Madrid range. I've even got to walk back enough, even though I'm on a 0.5 lens. Look at the size of the fridge, 137 litres I think for the fridge, 15 for the freezer. Mirror there, more storage behind the step that I've put in the way. But this was a bit of a surprise, if I'm honest. So it runs the full width of the Madrid. But look at the size of that shower cubicle. I don't know if you can see it here, but if I stand in it, that is one of the roomiest showers. I'm stood back now, and I can only just touch that far wall with my back against the wall of the shower. Opposite we have a wardrobe. It's got the infill cushions for the bunks in there, so excuse that, but you've got a full length hanging rail here, shelf here, shelf here. Oh yeah, and there's one, you can just see it behind there. More storage behind the loo. And obviously you've got the mirror here with storage behind each one. Authentic coffee cup left there. And there we go. That is the Unicorn Deluxe Madrid in about 2 minutes before it's collected. So this is the Unicorn Deluxe Seville. Now this is the smallest caravan in the Unicorn Deluxe range. 2-berth caravan, single axle, 1450 kilos MTPLM. So we have a really large lounge at the front. These bunks are 6'4" long. So let me walk back. So being a couples van or a solo traveller, you could either use them as single beds or make them up to really generous double. But consider it's the smallest Unicorn, that is a big lounge. Let's go back to the washroom now, because it's also a rather large washroom. I mean, I don't know if you can see that on my phone camera. But again, if I stand in here, back to the wall, you know, I can, his fingertips to touch the other side, which looks like a similar bathroom to the, was it the Pamplona? So we have a large wardrobe here, full length hanging. There's a light in there as well, didn't notice that before. Separate shelves. What we've got back here, window box, cupboards, more storage space behind the mirrors, Belfast style sink, more storage down below. Behind here, for a 2-berth caravan, it's quite a large fridge. 137 litre fridge, I believe, 15 litre freezer compartment. And then we come to the kitchen. So the kitchen is the same as the rest of the Unicorn Deluxe range. So, you know, you have the funky Swan mixer tap, you have your base stone finishes, microwave at the top doesn't need that glass plate, separate grill and oven, and obviously we have the dual fuel hob. But new for the Seville, look at the sideboard. Now importantly, walking in from outside, the wheel arch sits in the middle of this. So if you, well, like me, if you're fussy on your nose weight and you're using this storage compartment, because let's face it, there's tons of storage space in here. We got it here as well. We've got 2 drawers there. So if you are using that storage space, wheel arch in the middle, you'll be able to set your nose weight just right. So it is a worthy consideration. There's Thomas, he's just filming the outside. We have TV point here. So being wall mounted, if you're cooking an adventurous meal in the kitchen here, even if you run out of space, if you're using that worktop extender, let's roll that out the way. So, you know, worktop extender, you got all that workspace. So let's say you got the hob up. If your TV's wall mounted, you've got all this prep space as well. Maybe more storage space here where the plant and the Sonos is. So yeah, all in all, if you want a luxurious 2-berth caravan, the Seville could be the way to go. So this is the Unicorn Deluxe Pamplona. As you can see, it's a twin-axle caravan, the only twin-axle in the Unicorn Deluxe range. MTPLM of 1800 kilos. So obviously you would need a slightly chunkier car than your normal family-sized SUV. Let me get that step out of the way. So it's split into 3 distinct sections. So you've got the lounge at the front, really long beds. So you could easily use those as a single, you know, remove the back cushion, possibly that if you're really tall, or that makes up into a double bed. Kitchen to the middle. Looks like exactly the same kitchen as in most of the other models in the Unicorn Deluxe range. Worktop extender there. Now I know this fridge is different. I think from memory this is 156 litres, this fridge. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look too dissimilar to the fridge we got at home size wise. Yeah, the freezer compartment at home is a bit bigger, but I think that's still a 29 litre, which for a caravan, that's still a sizable fridge. Vegas control panel there. Obviously the Sonos is here. And the new lighting panel here, so you can control warmth and that sort of stuff from that new control panel. So that'll be the telly point. We pan round, so you would possibly sit to those corners with the backrest there. And you get an idea of the size of the caravan, even on a phone camera. So we have centre washroom, hanging rail above, wet coats, etc. Soap, toiletries, that new infill panel around the shower. So that's a separate shower. Dressing area here, possibly, if you've got guests. And then we have the loo and the basin here. The room around the toilet looks smaller on my phone camera than it does if I look over my phone. So there's plenty of room there, but it looks as though it might be cramped on my phone camera. So that is not the case. In fact, let me sit here. Yeah, plenty of room. So what am I, 6 foot, 15 stone? Yeah, plenty of room for me there. Belfast style sink. Storage above. What have we got in behind here? Yeah. Yeah, so plenty of storage there. That's a large hecky as well, especially for a washroom. So yeah, good sized bathroom there. Smaller roof light above the shower. But I guess this has to be the main reason that you will be buying the twin axle Pamplona. I mean, look at the bed at the back. It's a fairly grisly day out there. You can probably tell by the rain on the windows. But it's still a light and airy place. So, you know, you stargazers out there have got that roof light above, window either side of the bed. You know, lots of room at the foot of the bed, obviously because it's in day mode, so the bed's pushed back. Obviously you pull that bed out, back of the mattress that is now under the pillows would fold back, give you lots of sleeping space. Obviously storage underneath, and cubby holes here. So that is the Bailey Unicorn Deluxe Pamplona.